Coach, with the success that the defense had with that new kind of look, the 3-3 look, is that something you look to continue moving forward, or is that more of just the matchup based on what you were seeing from Auburn?
Yeah, I mean, there was a different personnel groups besides the 3-3. We also, had I guess you would call it 4-3, and depending on what you're calling Charlie, if you want to call him a defensive end or if you want to call him an outside linebacker, it could be conceived as a 3-4. And I thought we did a nice job of that. It helped us against their 12 personnel. Now we're playing a team this week that's going to try to spread you out and play fast, and so it's not going to be probably the same amount of time that you can match personnel groupings as we could in that. But when they substitute, they have to stand over the ball, and then that gives us the opportunity to match it and substitute. And, Auburn kind of changed a lot. They used to be that fast-paced group too, and they went to more huddling and trying to run the clock. So you never know what'll happen. But I know that Mississippi State feels like they're playing well offensively, so I would anticipate them to continue to do what they've been doing.
One more injury note. David Oakey, does he have a shot this week, you think?
No, I don't think. I don't think he'll be back with us.
How well do you know Jeff Lubby?
I don't know him at all. I don't think I've ever met him. So obviously know of him and know where he's been and, where he's coached and the schemes that he grew up in. So a lot of times you feel like you know guys because you know who they are and know what they do. I'm not sure if I've ever shook his hand and said hello to him.
What do you see? I mean, what do you like about his offensive scheme, or what do you see about his offensive scheme that is similar or a heck of a lot different than what you normally do?
I mean, there's different aspects to it. They like to spread out their splits, and they like to go fast and run a lot of just inside zone and RPO. They're probably the number one RPO team that we'll have faced all year long, them and probably Tennessee. So we've got to do a good job of it. We've got to be on top of where our eyes are and understand what their formations are and what tips and things we can have based off of their splits and alignments.
You were sitting at this very table when Hunter said that Sam Pittman did not have the resources to compete at the highest levels. What maybe have you seen from the inside that would lead you to believe that the next coach will have that, and how motivated are you to be the next head coach?
Yeah, I think that's a question that's not for me to address right now. I think for me to address right now is what do we need to do to get out there on the field, put a good product out there, and find a way to win the game. And that's all I can focus on. That's all I'm going to focus on. So I believe that that's what I should do. I believe it's about the players, and I need to give them every amount of energy that I have in just one direction, and that's in practicing and playing the game.
The nature of college football has changed so much since you were the head coach here and had Arkansas with 10, 11-win seasons. Can Arkansas football get back to that level in the current state of the game?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question in my mind that Arkansas can do that, and Arkansas will do that. I mean, the revenue sharing now is something that I think helps Arkansas in that aspect. And, the one thing that's going to happen is we have a whole group of seniors that are going to be gone, and there's going to have to be a lot of recruiting from the portal.
I know you guys didn't run the ball particularly well, but do you think like the game script as well, maybe falling behind early, kind of played into not as many running attempts as normal?
No, not really. I think what played into it a little bit is the limited amount of plays that we had, and we're fortunate that we had the explosive plays because the explosive plays gave us the opportunity to flip the field and go get points. But I think we had 22 plays in the first half and maybe 25 something in the second half. So you got to convert third downs. You got to move the ball. You can't turn it over to get the amount of plays that you have. Then we could have pounded the run a little bit more and tried to get it where we had the opportunity in the fourth quarter to drive it down and score and not turn the ball over. That's what got us.
Do you feel the locker room is feeling maybe any added strain coming off just, two really tight losses to top 10 teams and then to lose to an unranked Auburn? I mean, do you feel that there's any pressure building inside the locker room right now?
I've been impressed with our attitude. I've been impressed with the leadership within the team and guys wanting to step up and get more work and get more reps and get in the depth and try to get out on the playing field. So, obviously it's stress. There's no question about that. But I do feel like that they've reacted to it pretty well. Tomorrow will be a big thing. We need to get out on the practice field tomorrow and practice hard and physical and show the fight that we're going to need to have to win the game on Saturday.
Follow up on Oki. Do you not expect him back at all this season, or?
I don't know.
Has it been with Talon to not play his best game, and then he's the leader of this team, just kind of to shake that off and step up and continue to lead?
Yeah, it's the nature of the position. And, when you win games and when you play well, you probably get a little bit more credit than you deserve. When you don't win, it first looks at the quarterback position, and he's got to face it that's not how he normally plays. And his ability to read, his ability to run, his ability to understand where we are on the field needs to be better. And I anticipate him to come out very, very motivated and practice tomorrow, very focused, and get himself ready to go out and play, his best game of the year.
Your thoughts on the other side with Blake Shape and the Mississippi State quarterback, just what does he do well?
Yeah, he gets the ball out of it. He's got a really quick release. He gets the ball out of his hand. He looks like he's very, very smart. We got a little bit of inside information because, Coach Mateos was with him at Baylor. So we know a little bit more about him probably, but he's played well for him.
The tight ends had such a big game at Mississippi State last year, and I'm not asking you to give away a game plan, but these two that you have right now just seem talented enough to, kind of match that, I would think.
Yeah, they need to. We need the production, and again, it's the number of plays you have and how you control the ball and move the ball. I think that's got to be a big part of us. We've got to control the ball better, move the ball better. Rohan's done a really nice job of making big plays for us. His speed shows up. He's a tough matchup. Platt's, got to be back in there and playing. He didn't practice the whole week last week, and when you miss practices and you're young, it shows up in the game. So he's got to improve on his performance in this game coming up.
I don't know how often you run it, but I think one of Rohan's catches was as the fullback, or the kind of the slot position, or
H-back.
H-back. That's
there
what I was
you
trying
go.
to
Yeah,
say.
that's kind of what his position is.
How has that kind of worked out that, he gets so open from that position?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, you try to occupy the corners and the safety. And unique for him is because he's so fast. He's different than a lot of other tight ends, and the fact that he has the speed to get down the field. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.